Are you tired of interacting with other people? Tired of not saying anything when someone says something to you and then they assume you're a bot? Want to get away for a while and train a bank standing skill in a secluded area? Why not take a vacation to any of these unique places in this video? So, there's a lot of banks in Gielinor. Sometimes you want to train crafting, but you don't want to talk to anyone. Honestly, fair enough. We all have those days. I've made a list of the 16 least used banks in old school RuneScape for all you introverts and people just having low brain effort days. I'll go from the most to least used banks in this video. Maybe I'm not totally accurate, but from my experience, I think this is the order they go in. I also asked my friends for help figuring out the order, so shout out to them. At number 15, the most used bank on this list is Volcanic Mine. Located up the mountain on Fossil Island, this bank isn't the easiest to get to. The most use it ever gets is when people do the Volcanic Mine minigame and need to bank, or sometimes when people are mining volcanic ash nearby. If you like fiery, spooky places, this bank will be great for you. If you want to avoid people, just make sure you stay out of the volcanic mine world. Number 14 is the Cook's Guild. Personally, I've never seen this used, but some people do train cooking here. Some people might also buy items from the shops or take from the spawns and bank them here, either to sell for a higher price on the GE or to save for something else. Just remember to bring a chef's hat or a cooking cape if you have one so that you can get in. Number 13 is the Keldagrim Bank. I've used this for quests, and during the Trailblazer League, I remember using the bank again when I bought stuff from the stonemason. This bank is pretty dark and gloomy, but if you're in the right mood, it can be relaxing. Number 12 is the Shazian Bank. While this bank is pretty known and easy to get to, I hardly see anyone using it. I've used it while getting Shazian favor and doing quests, but that's about it. You might come here if you're feeling kinda edgy or wanna feel like you're part of the Fire Nation. Number 11 is mostly harmless. Only accessible after the quest Cabin Fever, this bank is pretty niche. Some might use it while doing Cave Horror Slayer tasks, but it's otherwise rarely ever used. While you do need a book of piracy to talk to most NPCs on the island, you fortunately do not need one for the bank. Number 10 is at Setaria. I've only used this bank a couple of times while questing, and I've hardly seen anyone here. It's useful if you're getting favor for your kingdom and forget an axe or something, or maybe for farming in the nearby bush patch. Number 9 is Archaeos. There are some local shops you may want to buy stuff from and then want to bank it, but I rarely see anyone else here. Archaeos is magical and beautiful, definitely one of my favorite places to bank stand. Number 8 is Land's End. Also another aesthetically pleasing place, Land's End is located in the southwestern part of Zaya, not too far from the Woodcutting Guild. I don't see a reason anyone would use this bank unless just passing by or wanting to bank stand in a secluded place. I mean, why would you not want to look out over the ocean while you mindlessly make potions? Number 7 is Blast Mine. This minigame in the northern part of Lovacane isn't very active in general, and I'm sure hardly anyone uses the banks here for any other reason. There is a clue step here, just next to this bank. I only remember it because I did it recently. Blast Mine is a pretty unique place. It's kind of a vibe. Number 6 is Yatazo. I've only ever used this bank during quests, and I feel like I use the Nate is Not bank even more. Maybe this place is a bit depressing, but the only people you'll ever see here are people passing by, probably doing Fremennik Isles. Number 5 is Dorgesh-Kaan. Sometimes I do see people here, usually doing clues or quests. Dorgesh-Kaan in general is a pretty dead city, but it's really cool and niche. It's just so unique compared to other content in RuneScape. It's sad it doesn't get much use. Number 4 is Myrim, or the city on Apatoll. This little bank is very niche because it's only accessible after the quest Monkey Madness 2. Some people may use it while buying items from the local shops, otherwise it's pretty much never used. If you really want to not see other people or just want to return to Monkey, Myrim Bank would be great for you. Number 3 is the Legends Guild Bank. Some people don't even know Legends Guild has a bank, but it has a bank symbol, so it's kind of obvious it has one somewhere. The bank is located upstairs and up the right ladder. The left one is where you go to get your Legends cape. If you forget GP to buy your cape, now you know you can just go to the bank right here. No idea why it has 3 bank chests in this one area like this, but I guess you can choose your favorite. Number 2 is the Woodcutting Guild Dungeon Bank. You won't know this bank even exists unless you go into the end dungeon. Just to get into the Woodcutting Guild, you need 60 woodcutting and 75% Hosidious favor. The dungeon itself also has a level 60 woodcutting requirement, so if you boosted to get into the Woodcutting Guild, you'll have to either boost again or hurry to the dungeon before your boost runs out. If you want to be left alone and surrounded by nature, this place is great. And finally, the number 1 least used bank is Tarn's Lair. I didn't even know Tarn's Lair had a bank until recently, and you probably didn't either. This requires completion of the quest Haunted Mine and 100 GP to access the bank. This particular bank is a pain to get to, and I don't think anyone would use it unless they're going through the lair to complete the mini quest here and enchant their salve amulet. Or maybe you just hate people that much that you're willing to go this far to get away from people. Not judging, it's kind of a cool place anyways. If you find yourself needing to access the bank but don't have GP on you, some of the undead creatures in the lair drop coins. I didn't think I could make a whole separate video on this, so I'm including some bonus banks. These 4 aren't actually banks, but NPCs and things that are kind of used as deposit boxes. First is the obvious one, Peer the Seer. After completion of the Easy Frimnic diary, Peer the Seer will deposit any of your items in your inventory. You could use this while stealing or buying fish from the market, for example. Next is the Dwarf Boatman, who deposits gold ore for you with 20% interest, or only 10% if you have a Ring of Charos. He's located in the southern mine in Keldagrim, specifically this Dwarf Boatman, not any of the others. North of Taibo-Wanai village is an NPC called Rionasta. He'll send almost anything to your bank for 10 trading sticks each. And last is the Kandran coal trucks. The coal trucks are found scattered around between Sears village and the mining area near where you start the Dwarf Cannon quest. Here you can mine coal and deposit it into the carts. Then you can teleport to Sears and run up to this building to get your coal and run back to the bank. Completing each tier of the Kandran diaries allows you to store more coal into the trucks. With the Elite diary done, the first 200 coal you deposit into the truck each day goes straight to your bank. These are all very niche, but it was fun learning about them. That's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed or learned something today. Have fun bank standing, but don't seclude yourself too much. If being alone ever stresses you out, talk to someone, even if it's just a stranger in RuneScape. You might make a friend or feel even a little bit better. See you next video. Goodbye, lovelies.